YouTube, it's the Masculine is back with another video. It's AKA Darren. If you hear some snoring in the background, that's my lab over here. He's knocked out. Man, we lost a good one yesterday, Kevin Samuels. But there's been some celebrations about his death, which is unfortunate because the karma from that is intense, and those that are celebrating that, they're gonna know soon how karma pays you back for celebrating the death of an innocent person. Which leads to today's conversation of how broken we are as a black community. You know, it's unfortunate. Only race of people to where there's so much animosity between men and women. We don't like each other. We'll say we love each other, but we don't like each other. And for us men, we do love black women, contrary to popular belief. A lot of us only want to deal with black women. But black women are a very difficult species to deal with for black men. They impose requirements only on us, no other race of men. Matter of fact, black women will say that they love black men, but then they want a black man to bring all these things to them, but any other race of men doesn't have to bring anything because they put those race of men above us. We've never ever oppressed our women. There's been a false narrative about feminism, and as you've heard throughout years of history, that black women have adopted this false narrative of being oppressed by their men. We've always stood by our women. We've always loved our women. Did you know most black men won't leave their family? But black women are always complaining about something. They want us to fall in love with them and give them the world, and then if we do, they divorce us at an 80% rate, leaving us. And that's what Kevin Samuels has been trying to tell black women all these years. Why would you not stand by your black man who was made from God for you? Unflawed. All the other races of women love black men. Contrary to popular belief, they lining up. They lining up to get us. Black women are our first choice. But if you're not wanted by your first choice, then you gotta go somewhere else where you are wanted. It's like Kevin Samuels was saying, only black women listen to their homegirls as opposed to their men. They care more about what their homegirls say than their men. Only race of women that do that. Only race of women that say openly they don't need their men. And when shit hits the fan, it's always, oh, I'm independent, I don't need no man. When a man would make your life easier. You'd rather struggle, oh, I can do all bad by myself, huh? You'd rather deal with the heartache, pain, and loneliness as opposed to having a man that's going to stand with you through thick and thin. Tell me where that makes sense at. So yeah, women always talked about the harshest tones that Kevin Samuels made because there was an urgency to his message. But here's the funny thing about that. Those very women are some of the most meanest women. Say some of the most nastiest things in the comment. Who celebrates the death of an innocent person? You know what's funny? The only women who were ever offended were women who were not wives. It's the only women that were offended, the women who were not wives. Wives didn't get offended. It's kind of like somebody calling you a derogatory term. Yeah, you know that you don't want to go upside their head, but if you know you're not what they're calling you, then you know it's still going to bother you, But you'll be able to move past it faster as opposed to you being the person that they're describing. And women would say Kevin Samuels hated black women. Not at all. It's a verse in the Bible. It goes something like a father chastises a son that he loves. On the same side of that, if a man has a daughter who's growing up and she does wrong, he would chastise her because he loves her. He was like a father figure. For me, he would have been my bigger brother because I'm 42, he was 53 when he passed. So I'm Generation X also. The hardest thing about being Generation X is we see how the world is going. How there's no God, there's no foundation in these people out here today. There's no glue. That's what granddaddy and grandmother were. They instilled a foundation. And since we don't really have true granddaddies and grandmothers, you know, the kind that were like 60 years old when you were born, since we don't really have them anymore, we have like, 30, 40-year-old grandmothers who don't seem to have any sort of wisdom to teach the child to pursue a better outcome. You throw away your 20s, and then you're upset when there are little to no options in your 30s. It's kind of like playing in the mud and being mad that you're dirty. So I mean, there's people that's gonna hate my message. You've seen all my other videos, and if you haven't, you're gonna see them. It's a harsh truth because there's an urgency. There's an urgency because we are really at the bottom as a people. And there's no reason for us to be the bottom as a people because we are truly the chosen people. We don't know who we are. Only race of people who don't really know our true last name. We just don't know who we are. We're the chosen people. The most easily influenced, stiff-necked people. It's in the word. Think about yourself. Think about us as a collective. Stiff-necked. Look at all the hate when someone tries to correct the error of our path. Stiff-necked. They're not paying attention. They're not hearing me. They're not hearing what I'm saying. So, karma, it comes when you least expect it. And for all these people celebrating the death of an innocent, you killed your closest loved one. That's right. You just killed your closest loved one. It's going to happen when you least expect it. Then you're going to think, oh man, what kind of person do you have to be to celebrate the death of an innocent person just because you didn't like the message? When someone tries to tell you the error of your ways and tell you the truth, oh, they're misogynistic, you should do it for your job. You know, you come in late too many times, what's going to happen? You get fired, right? You go for the structure there. I never seen so many black women, so many of our sisters want to be married and single at the same time. Where does that work at? Where in any time in history in the world does anybody want to be married and single at the same time? Don't want to listen to their husband. 1 Corinthians 11:3 goes something like this. Head of the woman is the man. Head of the man is Christ. Head of Christ is God. That's the order. The minute people stray from that order, guess what happens? Unhappiness. Guess what happens with a woman who's not with a masculine man? She goes to a man that's masculine. She'll cheat on that man and go with a man that's masculine. So there's some errors in our ways. And the message is urgent. Someone that's giving you the message cares about you, motherfucker. That's why they're giving you the message. If they didn't care about you, they would let you fall. It's like somebody falling off a building and you trying to reach out and grab them before they do. He cared about you. He cared about us. He cared about black families, man. He cared about black families. There are no black families. Where are they? Where are the black families at right now? And you wonder why you walk around unhappy. Because you're out of order. And somebody's trying to tell you the truth about yourself, and you hate the message. You hate the messenger. That's insane to me. It's like Pac was saying, I might not change the world, but I'm going to spark the mind of the person who does. There's somebody putting the whole community on their back every single night. Dealing with women fussing because they don't like what he says. That's a level of stress there. That's a level of you trying to help somebody that doesn't want to be helped. Something else in the word goes a little something like the error or the ways of a something like the ways of a man seem right to him, but it leads to death. Lean not into thine own understanding. Why do we not get it? Why, as a people, do we not love each other? Why do we not like each other as men and women?